I think it's on. All right. Hello. Welcome to week one of watching High School Musical 2 every week for a year. I'm here with
hmm
my man Andrew, and we just went through 1 hour, 50 minutes of pure hell. How did you find
It,
it, Andrew?
I did not enjoy the movie. It was not good. I mean,
There were good and bad bits, There was
I think it was only
music.
good bits because we made them good bits. I don't think there were any good bits.
I suppose so. Like we us talking probably did fill out the gaping void. There were some little bits which weren't meant to be there, I suppose. Like sometimes people would hold the microphones away and they would say something. Nothing would happen though because it's all voiced over it. I'm guessing.
Yeah, I wonder how much of it was like done in production or where they cut off the music.
Oh,
And I wonder if they actually have. I wonder if they actually have tapes of like them on set on the takes singing, or if it's just silent in a ballroom of like 150 people.
just like it's like lip smacking noises and that's
Yeah.
it.
Awkward like dance shuffle noises. Like feet on the floor. It's like a linoleum floor. This is
Oh God.
oh, that's,
I mean,
oh, that's funny.
was it green screen or were they on site? Do you reckon? Because I
Yeah,
swear
like,
some of it looked really bad. They were against the wall and nothing was happening.
I just feel like you can't have a location shoot like that. You can't have a huge golf course. Or maybe you can.
I, I,
Because
I
it always seemed to go like this, where it would go like up and over and then off, and then you'd
mm,
see the background. They were always like there would always be a hill behind them,
mm.
which makes me wonder if it really was like it would be a hill and then just a green screen.
I mean,
Although
maybe, yeah. I
it
mean
was
that
certainly
that
on location because you can't play golf like the when they played
mm,
golf and they
mm.
hit it out.
Yeah, true. I mean, I think some of the golf hits were definitely fake. Like
Oh yeah,
when one of them hit it and he just looked upwards like, oh, the ball is going
yeah,
this way. He just didn't
kind
see
of
the
was
ball
that.
at
It's
all.
like it's like the direction was hit the ball and look where you think it's going to go. I don't know if you thought that also,
I think
but
so.
I just got the feeling that it was like that. Obviously, some of them like golf is really hard,
Hmm.
and so
Yeah, it is
some of
hard to
them,
hit the ball.
two of them got the easy job, which was make golf look bad, and they were like easy done. So we got a guy who could play golf. Like one
Yeah.
of those hits, a couple of those hits were
Mm.
really
Hmm.
clean.
He did hit the
And
ball.
I feel like there was some pickup shots between Sharpie would swing for it, it would zoom in on the club, and then it would come out of the club, and the ball would be gone.
Yeah,
which
it's
made me which made me wonder that they probably shot for an hour or 2 hours, and she
mhm.
never hit good enough ball
He just couldn't.
when they
He
were
just
like,
couldn't.
so they just shut it off
Oh,
completely.
right. Also,
So do you want to? Yeah, go ahead.
should we? I reckon. Should we go for trying to summarize what happened in this movie? Should we like make a timeline?
Okay, I was gonna say exactly that. Right, I want you to do the first event, then I'll do the second, and you do the third.
Okay, so the
So
first
what
thing.
happens first?
Oh God. Um, let
I
me
don't
go
remember.
back. There was an entry thing. Okay, so there were lots of
Oh yeah,
jump cuts of like zooming across sites in the school. It went like
do you
jump cut,
remember
jump cut, jump cut, and then there was
what the school was called? Do you remember what the official
ooh
name was of the
ooh West School, East School,
school?
West
East High
East High
School.
School, somewhere in the east, east of the West High
Yeah.
School, west of the east directions.
So then they're in class,
Mm.
and this is where the film really begins. We zoom in on our protagonist, who is just
They're
sitting,
like, but
waiting.
I think they're hive mind because what happens is like something happens and it will go like, at the same time.
Yeah.
They look over at each other synchronously. I
And
think they're
I don't know.
hive mind.
I actually don't understand what the point that Troy was supposed to be. So Troy is the protagonist. I'm sure everyone's of it. Zac Efron,
Yeah.
I think, was the guy who plays. I don't know any of the other actors or actresses in this movie,
Hmm.
but Zac Efron, and I don't know what the point that they were trying that he was paying attention or he wasn't, because he obviously is looking at the clock and he's super
Yeah.
distracted. And then he says something, blah blah blah. They go backwards and forwards with his friend behind him, Chad. And then
Hmm.
Chad
Oh
says
yeah.
something like, "Are
Do
you
do.
actually listening to her?"
Uh-huh.
Which I was like, "So are you listening or are you not listening? Is your character smart? Is your character like geeky? Is your character not
Mm.
focusing?" I didn't get that at all. I did get it when he I also didn't like you said so they're counting down. Obviously, they're waiting for the beginning of summer,
Hmm.
and it was really creepy that they just started looking at each other and all just started counting. The teacher,
Yeah.
I don't know
She
what
just
she did.
stood
You just
there.
hear it just reacts
As
to it,
everyone
and any
shouts at her. Oh man, that must be. I mean, if I was in that position, like everyone's whispering the countdown, I would fear for my life.
and the bell went. And what happens when the bell went?
Oh man, oh the bell. so so the bell goes, and clearly that's the bell for dance time. They all run out of the classroom,
5
and
minutes scheduled dance time.
it's the actual dance period. They
The thing
all.
is, it's been we had maybe 30, 40 seconds of just
Mhm.
sitting in a classroom watching creepy children count down and the bell goes.
Oh,
And this
and
is
that clock.
established.
That clock got bigger as well. Like it was zooming in on the clock right
It
behind
was
the
like a normal
teacher.
it was like a normal clock. And they cut to a shot and the
Mhm.
teacher before was way bigger than the clock, and the clock was way above her,
Yeah.
way up on the wall. And then they cut to a shot, and the clock is like 5 times her size,
Oh
it's
god,
directly
it's
behind
like an
her.
anime. It's gonna eat the teacher, and they're gonna fight it.
It was weird. And the
Yeah.
bell goes, and it is party time,
Oh
apparently.
dude, like
So
2 minutes. How long was it?
it must
At
it must have
least.
been 2 or 3 minutes, and it just breaks out into a
Mhm.
choreographed dance. Which obviously, it's a musical.
It was just like massive.
And
Everyone's
I'm not
dancing
going
through the corridors. Drums are playing, and then 2 minutes later,
backflips.
after everyone's been introduced, the bell goes a second time. Then it's a talking period. I'll pass it over to you for the talking period.
Well, I just kind of want to reflect on the fact that the bell went, and they were all super excited
Oh
to
yeah,
be school is finished,
true.
and the
Mm.
bell went like 2 minutes later. What was the first bell for? It's like school is over,
That's
and then
just like
school
the
is over.
everyone leave the classroom but don't leave the school.
That
Imagine
doesn't
having that
happen.
bell. Like, there's like stand by the door. Imagine any other day apart from the last day. Like, they walk out of the classrooms and wait patiently by the door to leave.
By the gate.
It's
That's so
just
weird.
locked.
And so
Hmm.
school is evidently over, and
Yeah.
everyone knows that when you're done with college or school or whatever it is, high school,
Hmm.
you leave,
Yeah, you're
and
like
what you certainly
insta-bail.
don't do is you don't hold your books. Like I saw 5, 10 people. They were just milling around in the hallway, holding their books and not doing anything. They
Holding
weren't
them.
like preparing for anything.
It's like,
I don't know if like
get
you
in
were
your
doing the thing where
bag.
like the high schooler thing where they like hold it in front of them and they do kind of this.
Oh, yeah, the like
You know?
dreamboat. Uh,
Yeah, exactly. They were just doing nothing. They were clogging up the corridors.
hmm.
No one had any urgency that maybe school was
No,
terrible and
no,
they
dude,
wanted to leave.
they couldn't. It's like Stockholm syndrome. They've been attached to the school. They have to dance in it one last time before they leave it for like a month or so. You know?
And I thought it was really interesting how they introduced. I guess not really. I guess the there's no antagonist in this movie. There's no conflict.
I mean,
The only conflict
the
is
Sharpie.
communication.
Sharpie's the
Yeah,
antagonist, definitely. She's there to ruin their plans. But
well, I mean, not
in all
really.
Disney Channel theme, it ends up well. I think she was the intended antagonist.
But did she didn't? I guess she didn't
She was.
do anything
I
bad.
mean, but she was portrayed
What?
as the bad guy from the start. Like her little eye roll when she was talking to someone. She's
But
a sassy lady.
it was actually not from the start. So the dance routine happens, and they're all like super chill.
Well, I mean, after the dance scene, there's that locker scene where they're like double teaming the piano lady, not in like in a friendly way.
What? What movie are you watching?
I don't know, man. I just googled it. I don't know what came up. Like,
We're still in the first like 5 minutes of this movie. We need
oh
to
man,
move it on. They leave the school, and
yeah,
it's
yeah, yeah.
established like one of them has a crush on Troy,
Sharpie
and Bobby
and
has a crush on Troy, and yeah, but he's with this other girl, and
mhm.
and it's sort of implied that Troy's been offered this job at this. What is it? It's a spa? Is it effectively a holiday spa? Thing?
Like a country club.
Yeah, it's a country club,
Mhm.
but with a pool and got a big golf course, and it just seems to be out in the middle of nowhere. And it was in Albuquerque. They went to the
Mhm.
Albuquerque University in the film.
It is like it's like a country club, but the only people who go there are the family that owns it.
I noticed
So
that. Like, I didn't.
how do they get revenue from that? Like they hire like 50 staff members at least from the pool
What
party at
got
the
their
end.
What you got there is a house.
Maybe it's
You
more.
got a
I,
country club that only you attend.
maybe it is. I mean, no, but there were kids in the. Like, are they hiring the kids to be there?
I don't understand. So they all
Like,
turn up and they get this idea that it's like they're obviously employed. They're all employed. A lot
Mhm.
of kids that come from the high school are employed and they're
Yeah.
workers and they understand their job and they're super happy with their job. The only reason they're happy with the job is because they don't do it.
That's
And
yeah.
get
They just like tap the plates for a bit,
yeah, they
and they get a strike.
tap the or they straight up just dance around. Like I didn't see any of them do
Mhm.
any work first 20, 30, 40 minutes of the movie.
How much do you reckon they would be paid for, like per hour? Because I mean, it is a very upstandard club. That I imagine would be. How far is that away from their homes? Because their homes like suburban area. This is out in the middle of nowhere. How do they get there?
I don't understand.
Do they
I
like
don't know.
hoverboard?
It's not hoverboard. I actually don't know how they got out. It's never addressed how they got out.
Isn't it? Well, I
But
mean,
no.
Gabriel's picked
Troy is
up
home.
by a mystery
Yeah.
SUV. Troy
Yes,
Troy can
so-
drive like day 2. He's given a car, but it's
No,
never
he-
shown. He's never shown driving it though. He's
He's
just
given a
given it.
golf car. He's given a golf car.
Whatever,
He can drive around. He can't drive out.
His dad gives him the car though. Remember, like this is your son. Oh, thank you,
Right.
father. You're too kind. And then he just never
Okay.
uses it.
So they went to New Mexico.
New Mexico. Wait, is that where it is?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah,
Where do they live? That's a long drive. Like,
from I assume California.
mhm. Yeah, I feel like they should be paid quite a bit for that. It was never addressed that they were kept there overnight. Gabrielle leaves in an SUV, so I imagine that's a daily pickup. So
Yeah,
they do drive back to their house.
Albuquerque is. It's so far away from California.
Oh dear.
I do not understand how they got there.
Well,
I
you
think
know,
the first time they like addressed that like
plot holes.
maybe it was in California.
hmm.
That's like I've done that drive.
maybe
That's like a
I think that's
that's
a game theory. Maybe this is like
10
a
hour
different
drive.
dimension where Albuquerque is California, and West School is right next to Spa
East School,
Resort.
but yeah.
Yeah.
Wait,
Oh yeah.
wait!
What's up?
I thought they were on the West Coast. I just assumed because they were in California. No, they're on the East School.
Are
So
they?
they're like in the other side of the country.
Oh god.
Where's she getting a cab to?
So it's a. I mean, it wasn't a cab. It wasn't a cab unless they got an Uber. Unless she called an Uber to pick her up. I think it was like her family. Because there was no taxi symbol or Uber. Does Uber have a symbol? I've never taken one. How do they?
Yeah, they do.
They have like a
Have a
little
logo.
Uber doodad on top of them. How does
No,
that
not
work?
like a cab, but in the
Okay.
window.
Oh, I see. Well, yeah, it was an unmarked SUV. Maybe it's the FBI.
It was flip phone, so I assume it wasn't.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, true.
27.
I mean, one on a smartphone, one on a flip phone. Who
So
was she called? Who's the lady called? Oh,
well,
God.
the old lady or Sharpay?
No, the Troy's Troy's girlfriend. Yeah,
Jennifer.
Gabrielle. She had like an iPhone
smart
5, I think.
What?
Like she was being
No.
cooled, and it was on a deck chair. There was some sort of
BlackBerry.
black.
She had a BlackBerry.
Okay, yeah,
She had a built-in keyboard.
same thing. Real? Oh, did
We got derailed instantly.
Let's
We don't know it well enough to go through it enough. There's so much in this movie, and none of it so
We'll find
anything
out.
else.
Mhm.
Like there was so much that didn't make sense.
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna push you for this.
Mhm.
What was the part of the movie that you enjoyed? That you genuinely, not sarcastically, but you genuinely enjoyed? You're shining like your one moment. What was it?
Are we talking about a scene, or is it anything? Can it be like a person?
It can be a particular start appearance, or it can be whatever
Okay.
you want. Just I want you
Well,
to throw me something you enjoyed about the movie.
my favorite bit. It was just one person. I've forgotten what scene it was, but there was a performance going on, and the guitar guy was really having a good time playing that guitar. He wasn't playing it. He was like just going, "Oh, the guitar." He was like, "Yes." He was really enjoying strumming that guitar. He was
He was so focused
going
on
at
the
it.
method acting, he forgot that he was playing the guitar.
He was like shaking his hands around. He wasn't playing anything, but you know, at least he was invested in the role.
He
Of,
was giving
guitar guy. He was giving it a big go. Yeah.
Good ups to him. I like that.
Yeah.
And I feel proud of him. Good extra work on this. I didn't see that many mistakes.
There were a couple, but there were not many.
term-
we need to look more
in
into the extras and that, but
Yeah, I'm sure we will.
I'm sure we have a lot of time for that.
I enjoyed that baseball. They played some mediocrely.
Oh yeah, you were shouting tactics like, oh yeah, that's a double, triple doodad base touchdown, and I just saw them headstand on the base, if that's what it's called. And I was like, that's impressive. He backflipped. He backwards frog jumped over some lad, and then did a spin, and then he was on the plate. I'm assuming that's how NFL works. Is that the baseball one? I mean, if they did, I was gonna say MLG, but sorry.
MLB. It's actually where the
MLB.
came from.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, MLB. I'm sure they do the whole backflip. Wait, baseball. Which one were we watching then? Major League Baseball. Oh yeah. What's NFL then?
Football. American football.
National Football. Oh, I see. Okay,
League.
Cool. Same thing. Football.
Yeah.
Round. Is it baseball and rounders? What's the difference? Never mind.
Rounders is played in England by primary schoolers, and that's it.
Hey, I used to play. I was a rounders master. I could have been.
Yeah, in primary school.
I could be a wildcat. Sign me up. Sign me the hell up. I could. I could beat Troy. I could beat Chad. Dude, Chad.
Yeah, Chad. Yeah, that's our favorite
gamer. My gaming check goes all the way back.
So far back.
So far back. I'll wheel it onto the course, all the way back, bat in the air. I can hit anything from that bad boy. I heard you say the word punt. Is that when you bop it? You bop it forward. The one that was in the thing, the baseball. The guy with the cap. He
Yeah, that's a bunt.
Dude, am I a professional now? Is this how it goes? That's how you do it, right?
That went really badly for them, but yeah, sure, you did great.
Thank you. I mean, didn't they win that? Didn't they punt it and got 2 wins? I thought you said they got 2 points to Gryffindor, or was that 2 losses?
The other team.
The other team got 2 points. Oh, for bopping them.
Yeah, for bopping.
Oh, okay, cool.
You talk about the film.
Yeah.
Overall, did you enjoy your experience? Did you have a good time?
It's hard. The movie, if it was there or not, wouldn't have changed my outlook. I mean, it was just me and you having a good chat about the movie. If it was Stuart Little, I would probably have had the same experience.
That was one of the films I suggested we watch, but it was too good.
Too good. Yeah, it's part animated too.
Yeah, it's really hard to see extras and have actual human extras.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true.
Do funny things if it's an animated movie.
How long have we been going at this for? 18 minutes it's been so far.
Wow,
that's a lot. I mean, I feel like in the future these aren't going to be as long. We're gonna re-summarize the story.
It's a big first episode, and I want to cap it off with our main theory of what is happening to Troy Bolton. We think, collective,
Mm-hmm, yeah, I do agree with this theory.
We think that Troy Bolton is completely delusional.
Yes, he's a psychopath, and he is disillusioned with reality entirely, 100%.
There's times where he has a solo He needs time alone, and he just decides, I'm going to go for a...
Yeah,
it's Bet on It. I don't know if anyone knows the song. It's Bet on It. Bet on It.
I would like to evoke my favourite scene and put it to the bit where he's running through the grass fields, jumping and shouting at nothing, slamming his hands against the ground.
He is alone, completely alone. No one else around. No one in any shot, anywhere near him, and he is just shouting and screaming at himself. And he's walking all over the place. He comes across a golf ball.
Just there.
In the middle of the ground with his club.
Random club in hand, yeah.
And he picks one out and he hits the ball.
He whacks it. I mean, that's not his ball. He just encroached on someone else's golf game. What a rude man. And he puts it in the pond as well. Straight in the pond.
Yeah, he goes straight in the pond, throws the club away, and then he just runs away from the club.
And he is a good, like, it's been told that he is a good golfer. It was
He's
shown
really-
early. So he aimed to get the ball in the pond. Like, is he angry that he wants to vandalize the golf balls? That's pretty. I mean, he also then goes to the pond to try and like look through it. Is what I'm assuming happens because he just go down there like shouts at the pond for a bit, but we don't see the golf ball there. So I think it's just lost for the ages.
I don't know if you saw the reflections as well, but they were.
Oh
not
God,
good.
man, it was a
clip-
green screen looking back at him. That wasn't real reflections.
They put a green screen there, and then
Mm.
they looked at it, and I was like, "That's way too clear." I don't know. Put some like waves on it.
Dude, it reminds me of I'm not sure which Star Wars, but any hologram in Star Wars, that the wavy effect on those. Just
Yeah, like
Obi-Wan
the-
Kenobi, I need your help, if that's the thing. Just that kind of image I was getting from that, like someone was talking to him through the pond. Maybe that's what they were getting at. Star Wars Troy crossover. Like Obi-Wan's speaking to him through his reflection, like, don't be such a stupid idiot. Go help your friends. Oh, I see. Thank you, Obi-Wan, in my reflection.
So do you think he was like? That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because maybe he wasn't delusional. He was just sort of. Maybe he was just high or drunk or something.
Maybe
He
this all takes
and-
place in an hour in his bathroom while he's high off his tits.
Still lying in a bathtub.
Needles scattered across the floor. Oh man, he had a bad time. We are losing
I
connection.
think. But then he completely changes.
Yes, he like has a little redemption arc, as you do in any Disney movie.
You say a redemption arc. Literally,
Redemption minute.
he just walks in and he's like, "I'm good now."
He's
We're
got-
good.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey, bro, hug, and then like hug it out. You know,
I had a serious bro moment.
they'd
I
have
think-
a very few. It was violent, like violently, bro. I was like, yo,
I
bro.
think we have to wrap this up. If I did have to talk
Yeah.
about one more thing,
Mhm.
it would be how I feel like everything they should have been fired.
Oh yes, I mean they did very. If I were their employer, I would have said, "Why are you out here on work hours in the middle of our golf course eating lunch? This is a fucking golf course. It was at least near a golf course.
It was lunch. It was lunch on a public golf. It was on the green. It was on a public golf
I mean, and
course.
is that even in their hours of work? That section we're never told that.
And then they get caught, and they're like, "Pfft, fine." They then jump in the pool.
You do it again,
As in,
yeah. Even
"Ooh."
after Gabriella says, "Oh no, Troy,
Yeah.
that's the big bad," he goes, "Nah, fuck it, I'm a dude. I'm a dude, bro." And then he like dives in.
He does dive in, and he
does
talks about this picnic that he's got from somewhere I don't know.
in his pockets, 2 sandwiches
In his
in the water, you know.
And they do 2 fireable offensive things, and they just like they get given off with a warning.
I mean-
they do something else that I'm like, why would you do that?
He did definitely say it was a 3-strike rule. Well, I feel like they didn't invoke the 3-strike rule. They went, okay, 3 strikes. They never used that to its potential. Never gave someone 3 strikes. What if they gave Gabriella 3 strikes after walking away too far? She trips over, kills a man. You go, oh, that's 3 strikes. Get off my territory. And then she goes home.
I think she skedaddled out of there before it was too much of a problem.
Yeah, true.
For this was meant to be 10 minutes, and
Yeah.
nice and it says this has been a ramble.
We are
are
at
in-
24 minutes now. Yeah.
Oh god.
It's been good,
I-
though. It's,
I
I
don't
mean,
know how you have
first
to do that.
First
51.
episode, 51 times is it? Man. Actually, I was going to have a week 1 out of 52 counter. I'm going to point at it. There you go. Right there. However,
It's like
I forgot. No, it's on my side. Just like there.
no.
I mean, yeah, you're not pointing in the right. Like, yeah, if I can continue your finger, actually, if you leave it. There we go.
No, it doesn't go too far down. I'm further down. Oh, maybe.
Oh,
I'm
no.
not-
Yeah, no. Because I've cropped the screens a bit. I'm like,
I see.
and you're like,
But it's like down there then.
no.
'Cause it's gonna be
No.
where you are.
Yeah, well, it's like it's down here for me. If I like box it in, we're not talking about the movie anymore.
I'm not talking about the movie.
About the movie.
You want to go play some CS:GO?
No.